Zen Buddhist master Dogen Zenshi was the founder of the Soto school of Zen Buddhism in Japan, which promotes sitting meditation as the way to enlightenment. The Buddhist master was one of the most remarkable Zen masters in history and was also an outstanding poet. Dogen Zenshi is renowned for his extensive writing, namely Shobo Genzo, the collection of 95 essays, Eihei Koroku, a collection of his talks, poetry, and commentaries, and Eihei Shingi, the first Zen monastic code written in Japan. Master Dogen Zenshi was best known for Zazen meditation, as well as for his poetry that acts as a complement to the enlightening experience. The book, The Zen Poetry of Dogen, Verses from the Mountain of Eternal Peace, was compiled by Dogen scholar Dr. Stephen Hine. It is a complete translation of Dogen's collection of 31-syllable Japanese poetry, or waka, plus a translation of a selection of the master's Chinese verse, or kanshi. It offers a distinct and revealing insight into Master Dogen's unique style of Zen naturalist and ascetic philosophy. Spiritual poems are known to elevate loving consciousness and calm the soul. We now share with you excerpts from Part 2, Chapter 4 of the Zen Poetry of Dogen, Verses from the Mountain of Eternal Peace. Sango-style poems. Drifting pitifully in the whirlwind of birth and death, as if wandering in a dream, in the midst of an illusion, I awaken to the true path. There is one more matter I must not neglect, but I need not bother now. As I listen to the sound of the evening rain, falling on the roof of my temple retreat, in the deep grass of Fukakusa. The cool wind blows by telling of autumn. The weather is fresh as the harvest arrives, so full of wonderful fragrances, circulating throughout the autumn sky, as I remain in my mountain retreat. Although I cannot help but be upset by the peach and plum blossoms covered by snow and frost, I admire how the pines and bamboos watch the dreamlike passage of time without regrets. You may not be able to tell it from my old hair and skin, but I am unshaken, having given up fame and fortune for so many years. For 6 months, I've been taking my rest at the home of a layman, feeling like the blossoms of an old plum tree covered by the snow and frost, exhilarated in hearing the first sound of thunder crackling across the sky. The 5 red petals of spring peach blossoms will soon be brightening the capital. Clouds are scattered in the autumn sky, but you can see the moon in your mind. I raise up my horseshoe and say, "Look." Contemplating the koan of the 16th night, if you wish only to see the physical moon, then you will miss the moon that is your mind. When you see the brightness of clouds swirling about the moon, you may think at first that it is the moon itself that you are looking at, but then you will never behold the actual moon on this autumn night. All my life perplexed by truth and falsity, right and wrong. Now amusing myself in the moonlight, laughing at the wind, listening to the songs of birds. So many years spent idly contemplating the immense white layer on the mountains. This winter, all of a sudden, I see it for the first time as a snow mountain. Joyful in this mountain retreat, yet still feeling melancholy, studying the Lotus Sutra every day, practicing Zazen single-mindedly. What do love and hate matter when I'm here alone, listening to the sound of the ruined plate in this autumn evening? Transmitting to the east the way the ancestors brought from the west, my daily activities illuminated by the moon and shadowed by the clouds. Because I revere the ancient way of the patriarchs, the secular dust of worldly customs does not reach, where I stay secluded in my grass-thatched hut, on a snowy evening deep in the mountain recesses. For so long here without worldly attachments, I have renounced literature and writing. I may be a monk in a mountain temple, yet still I am moved in seeing gorgeous blossoms, scattered by the spring breeze, and hearing the warbler's lovely song. Let others judge my meager efforts. Late in autumn the days are cool and clear. In the dead of night crickets are chirping. Under the crescent moon, the cacophony of sound echoing my mixed emotions. Here I sit, gazing up at the big dipper, sleeping off to the east as daylight is about to break. In a thatched hut in this deep mountain recess, ceaselessly practicing meditation and contemplation, yet dust keeps gathering even on this high peak of virtue. My plea is to be saved by the supernormal powers of the Tathagata. After eating at the monk's hall and devouring at the Buddha hall, with a lofty mind and an empty belly, I enjoy looking out at the cloudy mist. When you lay out the Buddha's bowl in India, its finery spreads like the unfolding sky all the way to Korea. I haven't begged from Choshu yet, but I am filled with the rice and tea he offers. Serene viewers, we thank you for your company on today's program. Selections from the Zen poetry of Dogen, Vegetarian, Verses from the Mountain of Eternal Peace, Part 2, Chapter 4, Part 2 of 2, on Words of Wisdom.